My name is Michael LADDEN. After visiting over 120 countries on 5 continents, I made the bold decision to sell all of my possessions and become a full-time nomad more than 4 years ago. Currently, I am traveling in my self-built ex-Army Overland expedition truck, complete with a KTM motorbike, bicycles, kayak, a Onewheel, and all the essentials needed to explore this incredible planet we call home. Join me as I share my adventures and stories from around the world. Hello guys, and welcome to the channel, and a big happy new year 2025 to everybody out there. It's going to be a big year here at Drive the Globe, and I guess today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. No, I'm kidding. Unfortunately, we're going to start out the new year possibly with a video here that, might be a little bit negative. It's long overdue because I promised you guys a while ago that I would be discussing the Goodyear tires that are on this fmtv military M1085 truck. Now, my ice cream machine's running in the background, and hopefully that is not disturbing the sound here. But I'm going to go through what my thoughts are on this particular tire and answer the question. Well, let me just answer that question right from the beginning. Is this tire and the actual tires on this vehicle limit this truck from being a true overland expedition vehicle? And my answer to that is maybe. So let's get it out of the way from the beginning, and let me tell you what actually happened and why I'm making this video. As you can see probably by the pictures here on the screen, I had a tire blowout. And it happened on my way down here to the southern part of the Baja Peninsula. And the long and short of it is, believe it or not, you know when you see the falling rock signs on the side of the road? Well, guess what? It actually happened. A large boulder came rolling down a hill. I hit the brakes and I swerved the truck really hard. And from what I can tell, that's actually what's caused the blowout that you're seeing here. I have a couple theories on this, and I'm going to quantify this from the beginning. I am not an engineer, and this is my opinion. And it's certainly not an advertisement for these Goodyear tires, but I've had now 3 blowouts in the course of about a year and a half, and you can see right here, it's a 2022 tire. So this is not an old tire. I know there's going to be people out there that say, well, you're running old military tires or something. I actually installed this tire about 3 months ago. So it's brand new. It's a 2022, and you can see here it blew out. And what I think is occurring is, from what I can tell, is the tread on these things is super rugged. The rubber compound around the wheel is very, very solid, but you'll notice it is extremely thin on the sidewall. And all of my tire blowouts have occurred when it was super hot out, the pavement was super hot, and I was doing fairly long travel days. So my hypothesis here is that it is the glue probably inside this tire, but it's delaminating itself. You can see here that the blowout is not the only place that the tire has delaminated. It essentially was the entire inside, and what I can tell is the metal that's inside is also very, very thin. But if you look closely at the rubber, it looks like the compound isn't super well made. And I can't believe for a tire that's this rugged that it can be that thin on the sidewall. So that's kind of what happened. It's happened now 3 times. From what I can tell, none of the 3 tire blowouts I've had anything to do with a puncture. So that is super concerning. So I've come to a couple conclusions to answer my question. Is this truck really suitable for a long-term overland expedition vehicle? And my answer is not without 2 spares. So you're about to see I have fabricated a rear bumper extension so I can carry 2 of these tires. And well, I just don't know what else to do. It's kind of like if you've ever watched anything, like the Lord of the Rings, and they're taking on the dragons. Everything has a weak underbelly, and if this truck had one, it's these Goodyear tires. I'm not impressed. I've run old ones. I've run, what I would call 5 to 10-year-old ones. I have, I put brand new ones on. The price range on these things is all over the place. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really seem to matter what age or what condition the tire's in. They're terrible from brand new. And you might ask, okay, are there alternatives? Well, I've looked. These 20-inch wheels, you can fit a larger tire on. Some of my friends have actually run with a bigger tire. The problem is this tire is about 47 inches tall. If we go up to the next size, I want to say it's about 52. So you're adding, realistically, you're adding about 2 to 3 inches of height to the vehicle, which is already a pretty tall vehicle. It adds additional weight. By far, the tires are more rugged for sure, particularly the ones I've seen in Continental. It looks like there's a couple Chinese tires out there. I don't know realistically, to be honest, whether those things are going to be able to be acquired here in the United States or in North America for that matter. So, I just don't, it probably can sound from this video, I'm super frustrated. I don't know what else to do other than I don't trust this vehicle. I mean, the bottom line is I simply do not trust this vehicle platform outside of the United States. If you're using this truck in the US, I don't think you have that big of a problem. It's not that hard to get tires. There's a couple very reputable sources to acquire them. But I can tell you, this whole process to get this tire on here took me nearly, well, realistically, if I wasn't, doing mañana down here in Mexico, it took me about a month between the shipping in the States to get it to San Diego and then have it brought down here to Mexico, go through the process. I had to find this, as you're about to see, tire Goop, to be able to get, one of the goals that for me is necessary is I want to be able to, because it's a split wheel, I want to be able to do the tire by myself, wherever I am, whether that's on the side of the road or in camp. With the split rim, it's pretty easy to take the tires on and off of the wheel. What I determined, the complicated part of that was to get the air to take into the tire, because what happens is that the wheel and the tire, there's a big enough gap. So in any case, I had to acquire this tire Goop that you're going to see. And, that solved that problem. So I now am confident that I can get a wheel and a tire put together and on the truck and replaced. So that's good news. I have extended my bumper in the back, so I now can carry one full spare with a wheel and a second tire without the wheel. And that's a plus. And maybe that's like an umbrella effect, and it will never happen again. But I got to tell you, if I'm down in the Pan American Highway or in Costa Rica or Colombia or somewhere else, whether or not you can get this tire is a real serious question. And for something that's that big and certainly looks rugged, it isn't. I'm sure somebody out there is going to attack me for saying that they've had no problems with this, but I would pose the question: do you run these things full time on the road? I live in this truck. I've been on the road for 5 years now. I drive it. This summer, I probably drove this truck 6,000 plus miles. The tire that blew out, by the way, I put on about a month and a half before it blew out. So that was a recent addition before I came down here to Mexico. So it wasn't as if that even did the mileage this summer. So super frustrating. And, this is a 6-wheel drive truck too. So it isn't as if the weight was, they're not anywhere near their vehicle weight. I drive super conservatively, so it isn't a speed factor. It's not an air problem. I've had the front right tire go out. I've had 2 rear ones. So, It doesn't seem to be the position of the tire, but I will tell you every single time, the only thing that it has in common is super hot. The road surface was hot, and I've got to think that it has something to do, opening it up with the lamination. So I'm really convinced that they're just made very poorly and very, thin. They have a G rating on this. I believe Goodyear also makes a J rating, which has more plies. But, until I can see those regularly around, and they don't seem to, they're unobtainium. I haven't seen many around, so it's not something that's easily going to be acquired, particularly if you get a flat tire. So in any case, I wish that my video was a little more positive this week, since it's a fresh new year, but I wanted to get this out and show you kind of what happened and explain it, and give you some pictures of the actual tire, because as you can see by looking at it, the tread's good. They're new, like I said, it's a 2022 tire, so this really shouldn't happen. All right, guys, today is tire day. I'm gonna try to get these, at least one of the two tires mounted as a spare, and then the second one we're gonna make a thing on the rear of the truck to get a second spare. So, as I've talked about extensively, hoping that two spare tires maybe is going to be like carrying an umbrella, and this will never happen again, but we'll see what happens. So the challenge with trying to put the tire in, I'm gonna put the camera down here so you can see it. All right, so you can see I've got one side of the wheel put in here, and what you got to do is replace this O-ring right here. So this is a brand new one. And then the other side of the wheel is right there. Now the problem is when you put this on and it sits down on here, you've got to be, typically what I find is that the tire is not wide enough for the wheel. So there's too much of a gap when you try to fill it. So unless we have some high pressure air and or a way of stopping the air from getting out, the tire's not going to blow up. So this is the problem I've had in the past where I've had to take it to a tire shop. I'm hoping that we can do it. I'm thinking maybe a wet towel around the outside might keep the air in just enough so that it will start to fill, but let's see what happens. The other thing is I gotta back this off a little bit right now to get the balance beads in. My little handy dandy box. This is what we are using for balance beads. So one of these goes in each tire, and it is, for those that are asking, 21 ounces, 596 grams. And goes the beads.
I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. And did you know you can join for as low as $5 a month for exclusive behind the scenes Drive the Globe content?
All right, this is the end of the process. Well, we hope. So the problem I've had is that we can't get the tire. The tire is now on the wheel, and the wheel is all nicely put back together, the two-piece wheel. But as you can see, Kevin here, my assistant, is holding, what do we call that? Goop.
Lunch.
And then this spatula I typically use for ice cream. So if our next batch of ice cream tastes like tire goop,
yeah,
we've got problems. But anyways, the theory here is that we're gonna spread this tire goop around down here. Yeah, we may have to tip the tire up. Okay, wait. So, okay, no, you do that. I'm gonna start the truck so we have air.
Too many cooks, I tell you, too many cooks in the kitchen.
It's a little like marmalade. This is definitely how they did it in the tire shop. And when I say definitely, I mean almost, possibly, maybe not really.
Now, Kevin, is this your first gooping experience?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Is this everything you dreamed it would be?
Yeah, you know,
What?
other than not knowing how it tastes, but
What does the goop actually feel like?
marmalade.
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 Yeah, kind of feels like marmalade.
Now, do you feel like we're sealed?
I feel like we should try it. How about that?
Here goes nothing.
Okay, so you can watch and see where it leaks. They may be leaking out the other side, by the way.
So everybody knows, no fair.
Well, it'll happen all of a sudden. You'll see the tire move, possibly. This is exciting.
It's
moving?
Wait, it's moving?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's actually holding
Oh,
pressure.
film.
I'm filming.
It's moving.
It's moving.
It's holding
It's
pressure.
doing well.
See if there's any pressure. Oh yeah, we're up to 5 psi.
Woohoo.
So if you're doing this alone, Mike, you got to put the shit on both sides.
Oh yeah, look, it's scooping out.
It's scooping out, yep.
Oh my gosh, looks like it's working.
Yeah, it doesn't even scoop anymore.
Going up. We're up to 15 psi. It's holding air. We're up to 54 psi. So, assuming it stays holding, after 2 months, the tire, the spare, is back on the truck. Maybe I forgot to tighten those.
Yeah, it's something with this. It's
Leaking all right.
Now I should be able to get on it good.
Yep, that's where it's leaking.
It's leaking pretty good.
Yeah, right now. Right now it is. I don't know which way to turn it.
You're turning the right way.
Yeah, but why is this?
That's too slow.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, that worked.
I'm not sure that I'd leave that for the final thing, but you need to get the crescent wrench or something out of that type.
No, because it's got a rubber seal, so that did seal it. Because I can't turn this against it because it turns this.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Because I was supposed to do the other side first. I think that's...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's tight now. It's tight.
Okay,
It's tight.
good.
It ain't leaking.
Good.
Now, in an hour, if it's still at 50, we're happy campers. Thanks for watching my channel. I really appreciate all the views and looking forward to a good 2025. I've got a lot coming at you. I am going to change up some format. People keep asking, please, Mike, get out some more YouTube videos, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to continue doing videos on the truck and some of the build components and whatnot that I know a lot of you guys are interested in. But I'm also going to do sort of a ongoing vlog about what I'm doing on the road. And just sort of a day in the life of, or a week in the life of, or, just a life of a nomad traveling full-time in this rig. So thanks again for watching. I will see you guys next week.
Thanks for joining me today. I really hope that you liked this video. And if you did, give a big thumbs up. Please subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video.